Well, hello guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Look at this 5 rigs. This is all mining Aleo now. This is my 3060 Ti's, then I have 3070, and then 3060 Ti's, two last rigs. Then I have this old box here on the top that I built for GPU mining. I pull all the GPUs for the Octominer. On top shell I have all iceriver ASICs AL0s, RX0, stuff like that for testing. Water not supposed to be here, right? And have this jazz miner that I made those fans so it's a little bit quieter because it's creating a weird noise with those fans. All right, so we have power meters here to check the power when we overclock our devices. And then I have solid here miners. So I have the on solid 6 basically machines all here sitting there and waiting for jobs. Some of them it's not been great on the solid. Now I have in the shed there's 1 2 3 4 5 6 12 Octominer. Then I have the box for my iceriver Ultras and AL0. This place is a mess. Have to organize all these cables, all the stuff. Then I have this Ultra that I need to repair right over there, constantly restarting. So yeah, another problem. Here I have fan cables. Here you go. Yeah, this whole thing it's requires so much job after I switch from ASICs. Then I have again KS5M mining still here in the fluid, KS5L and DG1 is there still, and have to clean up all this cable mess. You could see this how bad it is. So anyways, I just want to show you that farm and why I am what I'm doing with mining right now is the power allocation, basically, as I talked in a previous video. But let's get into it. Well, let's take a look at my farm here. Little farm. It's I just connected 140 GPUs. The 8 of them is over here on the last miner 14, which is ASTRIX. Is that the coin? Just testing this out. I know it's kind of late, I guess, in the game. It's been several days, 3-4 days posted, but I want to test it out and see if it's really profitable as you know, everybody say it is, but or if it's better than Aleo or not. But for me, Aleo works now perfectly, better than Zealous. And by the way, I had all this farm shut down for over 3 months or 4 months just because my power of a summer rates were crazy. It's 18 cents and the peak times 36 cents, which basically was not profitable to mine even Zealous. I only kept these 3 machines because it's a different rate, but everything else was shut off. And so what did I have to do? I mine with ASICs now, have to allocate all this power. So what I use is Emporia Energy, which is really helpful to allocate all the power. I can balance this right here. You could see on each breaker you can open and see how much power I'm using on each side, and I don't want to overload any of my panels. I have currently running on 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 panels, and there are some of them main panel. There's 2 main panels, and then I have some sub panels all over the places. So now I have one in garage, obviously there. That's the first setup you've seen. I just it was kind of off for a while because it was also super hot. Now we're getting cooler days, guys. It's just so beautiful in Sacramento. We're getting 58 at night, sometimes going to 53, and it's about going to about 85 to maybe 88 max during the day, and it's gonna get cooler and cooler, which is very helpful. I have a couple of my Ultra KS0 Ultra that start not working properly. You probably have seen the video before, but one of my ASIC two of my ASICs restart every single time. Like this one is running for over 2 days since I moved it to cooler environment there in the shed where I have ACs. But this ASICs, even in the cooler place, it's been restarting every. See, it's 34 seconds, probably gonna reach about 50 seconds or 1 minute 30 seconds, and it will shut down. Something overheating. What I've been told is probably a buck converter, which I have some chips just received, so I'm gonna try to replace them. So that's my other video probably for that. But for going back to GPU, so basically I have to allocate and make sure I'm not overloading any of the panel. I can overload this panel over 110 amps. It's been used also by the house. And then I have this panel I cannot overload by 140 probably amp max, so I don't want to exceed because my main breaker gets super hot and this trips. Now my also see disconnects constantly, which is not a very good sign, just because I'm not getting the reading while it disconnected, and it's very, very bad for my report. See, it's connects and disconnects. So I have to really quickly fix that issue. Something with the network there that I allocate already this for IP address for this, and it's still constantly disconnects. I don't know what's going on. I have to probably get this to different network, because these two miners, they're two Emporius probably conflicts with something. Then if I'm gonna switch and check my units in the currency, which is super cool to use for my taxes, because I'm using can switch to the monthly or yearly. I don't do yearly, I do monthly. Every year is different brackets, harder to track, but by the months I just pull the data here and I can go back and just track every single month. For me it helps to make sure my bill kind of matches when I receive it, because I use some for my power, and it makes more sense to me, like to make sure that say like I use 2700 on this panel. So that helps a lot just to kind of track this down. So what else I was gonna say there? Yeah, so that's pretty much where I am for the power consumption. So I had to basically go and check my amperage here and make sure I don't exceed the amps on any of the panels. And then how can I free, because I'm out of power, right? So I had to turn down few of my ASICs, like KS3 for example. It was not doing great, so I had to turn it down, and I'm connecting to that power now all these GPU rigs, right? So I'm using all the GPU now that I can. Pretty much turn on all of the GPU, except I still have about 11 GPUs sitting in the 3060 Ti. Not the greatest one, but I think it's still profitable on Aleo, so I want to just get all of them on. I kind of transferred everything to Octaminer's cases because it's a lot easier to move around, organize, and density is much better. My favorites are 12 GPU Ultra, those Octaminer 12X Ultra, and I like it because it's a paying less for less workers, because each worker cost me $3 a month, and if I calculate 15 workers here, I'm gonna pay $45 a month to run on HiveOS, which is expense, but it's very convenient. A lot of saving time, a lot of tuning with the HiveOS. Is just the best for any larger farm. It's probably a must, because it's on the Windows. You won't be able to do any of that stuff. There's other platform. Yeah, it's not the only one doing that, but HiveOS, my most favorite that I've been using almost from day one, and I paid a lot of money. You could see 256. But what's cool about it, when you pay over a certain amount, they give you 30% credit, which is nice. So it's realistically is 30% off. So I'm basically paying $30 to run this 15 machine farm a month, which is great for me because it's not such a huge expense. It's just one half a day mining pays right now for the whole month. Totally makes sense, right? So, and I like this mode. I don't know, a lot of people using this because you can fit a lot more rigs, but what I like about this view is give me every ASICs with the temperatures. If any fans running too fast or like different color, I know there may be a problem. And I can also check make sure the temperature that I set and the fans, especially I'm using I'm utilizing all of this, the Miner settings for the fan control, for the watchdog, for the need to now for Aleo, I need to actually update the minimum hash rate, put like 100 there, and then the minimum power usage, the maximum power usage. It's very helpful. It let the rig reboot in case it disconnected or something happened and the miner not mining, so it will drop the hash rate for certain. You can set any amount and it will reboot your rig. So it just makes your farm constantly running without the headache that you have to check daily. Sometimes I don't check them. Had the rig here actually before I switched to Aleo. I should have taken a screenshot. It was probably about 70 days on the without rebooting. I mean, there's sometimes you get power loss and it's reboots anyway because of that. But it's kind of cool to see like you have like 70 days or longer ASIC running with no issue, no problem, no rebooting. So that's what the HiveOS does for me. So that's my setup for the GPU mining. So 140, then 11 cards, roughly 150 cards will be back online until we have, until it's profitable, right? So I have to watch this because there's a lot of changes with ASTRIX. I have one rig on the test. I'm going to run the full day. I watched a couple videos. Brandon Coin posted, Rabbit Mining posted all the setups. You can go ahead and check how to set up. It's not the video about set up the ASIC, but I left the, to be honest, it's all the settings from Aleo. Here I pulled it up a little bit extra for 3060 just to get a little bit of extra hash. Yes, you use a little extra power with that, but it works out okay. I just wanted them to get to 250 gigahash. Is it gigahash? No, megahash. 250 megahash each of them. So I get 2 gigahash for one Octaminer right there. Yeah, and then look at the temperatures now. So my 38 is here, all below 70 on the memory. It's so nice to see those temperatures dropped. Everything in the blue, it just makes me super happy. Nothing overheating. All my 3070s are below 60. Super great. I just love it. Everything below 60. 3060 Ti is like below 60. So everything in blue. Have like couple red just because the fans settings there for all the cards. So it's like it's one of the card probably getting a little bit warmer, and it's just the internal fan of the card running a little bit faster, but majority of them it's very, very much relaxed. So they use a lot less power also if you have all these fans on the cards running very, very low. So you can turn them off probably completely to save more energy, but I just for safety of the cards, I want to make sure if they need some air, extra air or something blocking, or in case my fans of the Octaminer had one actually blew off, but they are usually really, really good and reliable fans. So that's my GPU. So now with ASICs, the iceriver, I only have KS5M running. And let's just go and check it out if the ASICs what do we have with iceriver ASICs? So it definitely, if I have more GPUs, I would be switching to, it's only $3 on 3400 watts. If I put GPUs 3400 watts, did the formula already before, so here my calculation, what I did. If I put one rig, okay, from beginning, if I put 12, obviously after power, that this changes every time. Now it's about 30 cents, which is great, I think. But look at this. So 12 rig using 1300 watts, right? Approximately, I am at 1300 watts per 12 core GPU right there. 1300. I checked at my meters. They're all about 1300, maybe a little bit less, but I round it up to 1300. That's a good starting point. My 3060 Ti actually at 1200 watts, so it's a little bit less power use. I could probably boost it up a little bit settings and get a little bit extra hash rate, like put like 65 in here or 87 on the clock, on the lock core clock, and see if that's going to increase. Obviously, it's going to increase the power consumption there as well, but maybe I'll get a little more hash rate, because right now it looks like I am 5.5 mega hash less than 3070s that are more efficient anyway, even they using a little bit more power. So let's see, I'm going to play with that, with those numbers, but let's go back to my calculation. So how I figured out wherever it's I'm doing on 3400 watts, right? So I can run 31 GPUs, 3070s on the same 3400, that one ASICs, KS3M, KS3, KS5L, they're all about 3400, take it, give it or take, because it's basically your fans, either your ASICs fans going to run, or you have to run AC Infinity fan. So this number could be slightly lower or higher depending on the temperature, ambient temperature. That's same true for GPU. If we in the hot environment, it's going to be slightly higher because your fan's going to ramp up, and this. So just to be in average, I'm basically dividing this 3400 and we getting 31 GPU, because simple formula, we divide in 34 by 1300 and then multiplying by amount of GPUs, right? So we get in the one GPU, which reported it's 100 watts, probably 100 watts per GPU, roughly, but probably a little bit more, 105, because the Octaminer you run, there's a little bit of power of the fans, a little power of the board and motherboard and stuff like that. So it's probably adds up like 40 watts there. Fans another maybe 50, 80 watts, depending how, you know, I'm just doing the average. So 31 GPUs I can run at 30 cents after power, doing $9.42 as of today, recording video, and we are October 12th. What do we have on KS5L? Dollar. KS5M, $3.73. So it's even better than KS5M. If I would had more GPUs, obviously it would make more sense to shut down this KS5M and run it for GPU, but I am pretty much used all of my GPUs, right? So there are no more GPUs that I can use. So let's go and check the GPU to compare. Let's just do 3070, for example, and see what's today the 3070 runs. All right, so we have Leo average 29, so not quite 30. It shows power 115, which is pretty, I mean, it's a little bit less than 115 on the actual rig, but I'm not getting 0.33 proofs, so it's probably a little less. So plus minus, it's very, very close. The power consumption shows there like 90 watts, 96, some of the cards even 83 watts. I mean, come on, it's 83. I wish I all have this card like at 83 watt. That would be super efficient. maybe combine one rig that it's like all cars, pull them all at 83 watts. It would be nice, but one card here is like 104 watts, 102 watts. So yeah, really random power consumption. My guess for that is because there is no show of the hash rate on the layout for some reason on any of the cards. So I don't even know what they hashing here on F2 pool. Guess the other pool, what's the name of that pool? Wheezy ZK work. ZK work. I believe Rabbit Mining was showing on setup on ZK work, and in Hive OS, if you mine in ZK work, it actually shows the, I believe it shows the actual hash rate here on your cards individual. So it's kind of locks of that information. So maybe that's why one of the card pulling more wattage than the other, just because one is just doing more wattage there and more of the hash rate. So it really depends what they doing. So anyways, let's go back. So that's the setup. Let's go back to calculation, right? So we got the $9. So let's do 29 cents, 129 here. So it's not really, yeah, $9 average. And here we have 352. Was it 352 for the KS5 AM 373? So that's basic math there. So we're not calculating. I'm not trying to calculate one card there and just kind of trying to calculate the whole 34 watts, just the whole rig. So I'm comparing this 350, was it 375? 373. Can't remember even these two numbers. All right. So basically doing about $5.25, 30 cents, right? More, 40 cents more on the GPUs right now compared to KS5M. This is the most of my profitable or efficient Casper Miner, and it's not doing any close to GPU. So that's why if I would have GPUs, I would switch. Since I don't have, I'm okay with doing profits there as well while we can. Obviously, this number low because of Casper price dropped recently, and it's still kind of low. And if it would be 20 cents for Casper, it would be completely different numbers. So yeah, we have Casper still at 13 cents. Kind of pick. It went up today, I believe, to 14.5, and it's back to 13. And for the last week, it was pretty low, from 18 cents all the way to almost 12 point something cents. So it is kind of depressing to see, but it's the cycle of the Casper. Hopefully, it will cycle through this, but it looks like we are kind of in the low, maybe going kind of in the low for a little bit there. So that's how I determine like how to I'm gonna allocate my mining power, right? Then I have DG1. So if we go and check DG1 right here, it's doing now $8.17. It was doing only 99 cents just about a month ago. And why is this better now? Well, first is the Dogecoin went up to 11 cents. What is the today Dogecoin? Probably it pumped a little more. That's why we're seeing different Doge. Where are you, Doge? Right here, 30. No, that's the Mars. Can't even see my Dogecoin here. 11. Yeah, it went to 11 cents. So it was kind of dropping, going up. And we are not quite high there, but yes, it's overall there was a spots where the Dogecoin was very low. It was nice. So we're probably doing more Doges now, mining more Doge, like more of 120, maybe 130 Doge a day Oh, and plus my electric rate. So definitely with the 12 cents now, I'm doing a lot better. When it was 18 cents, it was almost 19 cents actually, summer rate. Here you go, DG1. So that makes a lot, a huge difference right here. Yeah, $2.43, still better. Even in the summer, it was showing only $1 a day. Very kind of depressing, but still profitable. And now it's a lot better. Obviously, at 12 cents now, I see a lot more opportunity. Even with the iceriver ASICs now, like AL0 is doing a little bit, RX0 doing a little bit. Even Ultra doing a little bit, 7 cents, not much, but at least like KS0 Original and Pros, they are in the negative, so it doesn't make sense. I would probably switch them off for now if you have the higher power rate, and at this point, while Casper low, maybe buy same amount of Casper if you just don't want to lose the opportunity. Calculate how many Casper you mine a day, and instead of paying electrical, you can pay and buy a little bit more of Casper instead, right? So that's my kind of thinking there. And what else? That's it, pretty much it. Yeah, DG1. Then I have one KA3, which is Casper Miner, which I never kind of. It's still not profitable. It's still $2. Oh. You lose $2 if I mine with that. And then I have E9 Pro. Are those even yeah, still $72 negative. Really need like 10 cents power, you know, in order to justify E9. So I'm pretty sure somebody with that power rate, E9 Pro, still profitable at 10 cents. So yeah. Wow, I could have turned them up if I can free up some power. So yeah, let's go to 12 cents. What else I have? I have the Just Miners. So my 16Q right here is profitable, $2.17 a day. With the amount of power uses a lot less. So if I have two of this running, I'm pretty much doing. What's the power consumption? I forgot. On the 630 watts. Yes, so for 1200 watts, I'm doing $2. And yeah, not too bad, actually. If I compare to the ASIC, it's 240. And if I do the ASIC calculation, it would be times 3, which is 720. 720, it's very close to the... getting very close to GPU on the Leo for compare power consumption. So have to probably add to my calculation, kind of track all my ASICs, and once it will be easy then once I update just the price of the tracking coin. Obviously price, you have to track everything because the coin price changes. Like I put the Leo here at 296, it was about $3. So if I put $3, obviously it's different. What am I using? What price am I using? Oh, I'm just using the Hashrate.NL report here. But calculating over the months, here it's 700 a Leo, roughly $2,000. And that's minus power, right? Or it's, yeah. Hold on. Did I calculate power here? Yeah, no. Minus power use. So realistically, I have to calculate after power cost and then times. So yeah, don't use a Leo price. Have to use hash rate on the GPU and then calculate after power. That would be the best probably calculation there. My monthly LO, yeah, I'm just using the power. All right, so what else? That's it. I mean, that's pretty much where I am trying to figure it out. It's required a lot of time, obviously, that I don't have. always, so it's kind of like, and I'm feeling like I'm behind. That's fine. If you feel you're behind, you just get to it when you can. Then have to watch, because right now everything changing really quickly. I don't know how long Aleo gonna stay. I know I'm 2 weeks late in the Aleo, but at least I'm doing my first, it's third, fourth day, at least 4 days now, right? And let's see how what's on the hash rate actually here. Let's check it out. I have now showing, and the 15 minutes hash rate switching by a lot. I'm going from 30 to 50 here, so it's fluctuate a lot. So very interesting. But my 24 average, it's what pays me roughly. I'm showing 38. I just turned 3 or 4 more machines actually up with 3060 Ti, and hopefully this number gets close to 42. So where my revenue right there? So at 42, I'm expecting to get a little bit extra, maybe 27 to 28 Aleo now, which is not that bad considering even the price of Aleo is still around 3. Is it around $3? It's just pumped a little bit, I think, on the Aleo. Let's take a look. I'm using CoinGecko because all my stuff there, it probably doesn't matter if you used to have the coin market cap. Yeah, 298, so not quite 3. It was today at 3 already, or 7. Yeah. And it dropped to 290, and then it's 298, so it's around $3 right now. And obviously from $6, highest was 650, 660, so it's a 50% down, right? So it is kind of right there where I lost all this profits. But now again, if I would just mine and hold, I would be at the same rate, but I would have a lot more coins, obviously. Yeah. So that's the idea there. I'm late in the game, but I'm still mining the same amount of coin that I would mine here. I just a little bit behind, but I can almost buy it out, half of this. If I want to get in Aleo, I can buy from here to here all this rate, and I would probably be better just because the price of Aleo just dropped so much. Anyways, not financial advice, it's just my kind of thinking out loud there. So let me guys know what you're doing with your farm. Are you switching, or are you just keeping all your ASICs running, or you just switching as well to GPUs, or just staying with ASICs? I don't know. My salad now is, after the last update, not doing very well. It's actually been doing a lot better here, like doing $11-12, and now, I mean, it's almost like at the beginning $3, even less, $2. So this is where I updated to the last version 1.65, and something there is not looking good either. It's just no more jobs for my 3080s, although I see the jobs for 3080s more than 3090, which doesn't make any sense. Look, my 3090 completely out of work. Crazy. Something makes me think that it's something wrong with that update. I already sent the request there to Salad team. Hopefully I'll get reply why, because my VMem gets disconnected constantly, but then now it's working, the VMem there. So I don't know what's going on there with Salad, but I guess it's just a little slow or what. Anyways, that's it for this video. It's super long already, but that's kind of what I'm doing. Let me know what you're doing. Are you staying on the ASICs, you're switching the ASICs, you're going to GPUs, CPU mining, or at this time, what's the main goal there? That's my kind of thing, where I just trying to stay with the flow just because it's switching so quickly. Maybe tomorrow Casper gonna announce next minting, and I had to switch everything off on GPU and put back to Casper miners just because I'm pretty much picked at the power use, so I can't use more power unless it's not profitable. I can turn something off, but if it's profitable, I'm trying to stay and keep my miners on. So that's the goal there. Let me know, guys, what you do, if it's the ASTRIX gonna do any good. Anybody mining ASTRIX? I'm gonna try actually to sell, see if it's even gonna work. I'm gonna do the full 24 hours on one rig. This is 8 3060 Ti's. It's not the right average. It's probably gonna be around 2 gigahash in average. Should see the more close to 2 gigahash on this ASIC, and then hopefully get today earning 3400. Yeah, I want to see the full day earning. I want to see the full day, then I can compare to Aleo, same rig on Aleo, because Aleo I already have kind of pretty good track for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. It was like 39 mega proofs here on one day, which is pretty good. But then I got 38 and a little bit more Leo, so it really depends on the hash rate of the network probably, and people probably switching to back to Zealous maybe, or ASTRIX. Yeah, if people switching to ASTRIX, then means the Leo has more available hash rate. So here you go. Then you get better days here on the Leo. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Anyways, this video is super long. I just want to cover everything in one, but let me know what you're doing. Hope you still mining. Been turning down is depressing, all these miners, especially like when you have a lot of the GPU settings, and I'm like, I really wanted these GPUs running. All of these guys been sitting for ever and ever, 3 months, 4 months, I don't know, probably longer. The whole summer rates were so high. I tried mining Zealous for maybe a month when it was kind of profitable, but then Zealous price dropped. Yeah. All right. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.